Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you my updated Wraithlord Necromancer for last Epoch, of course stronger than ever. As always, I will cover every single facet of the build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Starting off with some gameplay. First thing we're going to do is make our Wraithlord. We're going to throw double shades on it, and then we are going to feed it with zombies. And then you're literally off to the races. Now we are taking Wraithlord in its stationary form, which means the Wraithlord cannot move. It's basically like a turret for you, and you just bring it along with your new companion affix on your rings, or you can get the experimental affix on the boots, so it's even easier to bring your Wraithlord with you. Now, if you don't like it stationary, you could just have the Wraithlord move like a regular minion. Totally no big deal. The build is actually exactly the same, just your Wraithlord won't do as much damage, and it kind of slides all over the place right now, which EHG is working on. But ultimately, very, very simple build. We are spec'd into low life. We move around with Transplant, moving our Wraithlord with us. When you need added damage, you pop your zombies. Both shades stay on the Wraithlord for its whole life, and it just hits for over 2 million damage. Very, very cool. Let me show you Aberoth. Now for Wraithlord, Aberoth is a pretty easy fight. Again, this is a build that could hit for 2 million damage at the training dummy, and you can position the Wraithlord wherever you want by using Transplant. And every once in a while, the Wraithlord will die, but you could just easily resummon. It's no big deal. And again, just like the gameplay, double shade. When you need added damage, you hit your zombies, and the Wraithlord eats those zombies to get a huge boost in damage. And then all you're doing is just transplanting around. Very, very simple build. We kind of honed in this build over the previous generation. You have more survivability and more damage, but ultimately it's the same build. So Wraithlord went down from that slam right back up, and you have kill threshold with your zombies and Transplant, and Aberoth is dead. Let me show you how to recreate this build. So now let's break down the skills for our Wraithlord, and these are very straightforward. Every skill is designed to buff our single minion, no snapshotting whatsoever. Starting with Summon Wraith. Now the first thing you want to do is come down here and snag this node. This is going to give your Wraithlord a 180% multiplicative damage. You then want to come up and turn it into a turret, which is going to give it a 45% multiplicative damage. And just keep in mind, it cannot move if you take this node. So if you want it to move with you and you don't like the stationary thing, no big deal, just don't take this node. And then you're just going to go around. You're going to give it more multiplicative damage, base damage, 10% more multiplicative damage. This is a guaranteed crit, so you're going to get the leech here, and you're going to get 90% crit multiplier. Everything to boost its damage. Moving over to the movement skill, this is where you're going to bring your Wraithlord with you. You are going to come over, and the first thing you're going to get is bone armor, and this is going to give you some less damage taken. Necro practically has no damage reduction, so you're definitely going to want bone armor. You're then going to come over here, and you're going to get haste and frenzy, so give yourself extra movement speed. You're going to be taking kill threshold. You're going to come down here and turn it into a necrotic spell. And I have taken Fear on Depart and Fear on Arrival. I've been using Fear more and more on these builds. It breaks up enemies' attacks. Even if you fear them for a second, that's 1 second they're not attacking you. It's a nice little way to get some damage reduction. And the final point up here on Pool of Blood, which is going to slow enemies. Now we're going to look at Infernal Shade. First thing you want to do is come over here to the right and make it minion targetable. And on here, you're going to get a boost to attack speed for your Wraithlord, and it'll not have a duration, so it'll stay on the Wraithlord for the Wraithlord's life. Then you're going to come up here and turn it, give it some armor shred. So anything around the Wraithlord, if it gets close enough, is going to be shredding armor. And then you just want it as big as possible, so that way any enemies close by will get their armor shred. That is all Dread Shade is doing, shredding armor and boosting your Wraithlord. Moving over to Dread Shade, first thing you want to do is actually come down here to the left and give it more multiplicative damage bonus. Make sure it always crits. So your Wraithlord, you don't need any crit chance. All you need is crit strike multiplier. And it's taunting enemies to give you some DR. We're buffing its attack speed. We are making it where it does not kill your Wraithlord. We're giving it more attack speed, more multiplicative damage, dam chance, and then as its life does go down, Dreadshade actually has a buff to its effect. Last but not least, the food for our Wraithlord. First thing you want to do is come up here to the left, and you're going to make it where you have a Dreadful Horde, and you make little corpse parasites. And basically, it just eats the zombies, then eats the parasites to super boost itself. You then want to come down and get ward from your zombies dying. And then lastly, you want to come up here, take kill threshold and fear again. Basically, you just use this as like if an enemy, you need to use kill threshold, you literally just summon your zombies next to them and they blow up and die, or you could use the kill threshold from your transplant. Now, in the previous build, we took Bone Minion. We took that our zombies would automatically pop up. We took Vanguards. That way the Wraithlord could really eat and get super boosted. I've actually completely changed this. Now you do not want the Wraithlord always eating, because when it's eating, it's not shooting. So basically, when you need the damage boost, you hit Volatile Zombie, it eats it, so that way you're always controlling when your Wraithlord is attacking and when you are boosting its damage. I like that a lot better. Those are the skills. So now let's break down the passives. At time of recording, my Necromancer is level 100, so we have all of our passive points. Looking in the base tree right now, I've got 21. We're taking Intelligence and Resistance, boost attack speed for our Wraithlord, 1 point into Stolen Vitality, 1 point into Immortality, so that we could get 5 into Ward Retention and added resistances, and then 1 point I like putting right here, and it's not super important, but it's going to give 300 base armor to your Wraithlord, just so it's a little tankier. Moving over to Necromancer, attack speed and damage for the Wraithlord, more ward retention for us. Again, we are spec'd into low life, physical and necrotic damage, armor shred for the Wraithlord, and then you're just going to go around the horn. Boosted life for yourself, which gives you more ward. Attack speed, leech to keep the Wraithlord alive. It's got double shades on it, and obviously taunting enemies. The leech, as long as it's attacking, it stays alive. Intelligence, critical strike, multiplier, base damage. We're going to be frenzying our Wraithlord. 10 points right here for the added intelligence and mana regen, and then the final 4 points right here for extra damage and resistances. Pretty simple. Those are the passives. Moving over to Last Epoch tools, where we're going to break down the blessings, idols, and gear, starting with blessings. And for the most part, we went all survival. I got void resistance, lightning resistance, physical resistance, and critical strike avoidance. And then we took some added minion damage here. But again, you could always switch these out. None of them are required. Now, moving over to idols, we went with lots of life. Life is transferred into ward when you are spec'd into low life. So we have double life, double life, double life, and then life with chance to apply Mark of Death on minion hit. And then the rest of these are all 6% to health, and you can round out whatever resistances you need, or just take ward per second and ward retention. Very nice idols for the Acolyte. Now, for this build, there is one required unique. The only one that is required is the Wraithlord Harbor's Helmet. If you do not have this, the build does not work because you cannot make a Wraithlord. Pretty easy to find and practically free if you are part of the Merchants Guild. Now, the other items that I'm using, I am spec'd into low life, so we're using Exsanguious with health and summon Wraith. We are using the boots, Last Steps of the Living, and on here I put a T7 increase cooldown recovery speed. Now, if you're not taking your Wraithlord as a sentry, basically it's moving with you, you don't need cooldown recovery, but it is nice being able to transplant more often. And then for the gloves, we are using the current experimental affix that also specs into low life. The other items that we are using, Apogee of the Frozen Light. This is going to give up to 24% multiplicative damage to your Wraithlord and Chill. It's also going to give +3 to your necrotic minions. And on here, you spec on a T7 minion spell. We are using just an offhand Catalyst. You cannot use the History of a Terra because it keeps making a minion and then the Wraithlord keeps eating it, so it's never attacking. So we just took a normal Exalted offhand Catalyst. We are using Death Rattle for the critical strike multiplier since Wraithlord is a guaranteed crit. We are using a Weaver's Erased Relic, and on here I've got int minion damage and health. Ring, Ring, you want the champion affix so that when you use Transplant, the minions come with you. Belt, more cooldown recovery. And I think that's everything. That is the gear. So now let's talk leveling. This is not a leveling guide, but kind of point you in the right direction for the campaign. Now, the first skill you want to take is Summon Skeleton. It's one of the first skills you get to unlock. And the first thing you want to do is come to the left and actually remove warriors so you always have archers. Warriors die very, very fast. You get more DPS from archers, and you never got to worry about reviving them because they're always shooting from range. So you want to remove warriors, you want to give yourself an extra archer, and then just come down here and boost your archer's damage. Second skill you want is Summon Bone Golem. Yes, your protector. I really, really like Golem, and what you want to do is come down and snag these 3 nodes right here. Give your Golem more armor and health, generate threat, so enemies are attacking the Golem and not you, and you will only have one, so you're going to be giving more size, more defense to your Golem. Third skill you're going to want to get through the campaign is your spam skill, and that is Summon Volatile Zombie. And what you want to do is come and get these 2 nodes right here. More damage and kill threshold. That way you just kill enemies. You only got to do 84% damage to them before they die because your zombies are going to blow them up. So the 3 skills are Summon Skeleton with Archer, Bone Golem generating threat, and your spam skill, Summon Volatile Zombie. And then you take an unspec'd Transplant, put it on your bar. That way you could freely move amongst the map pretty quickly. And then just the main items you would want are really these 2. You want Reach of the Grave. You could use this at level 5. And you want the new History of Terra. This is going to boost your minions, and it's going to give you an extra minion. And then if you want, you could throw on some circuit rings just to give you increased movement speed for you and your minions. Literally, these 4 items, you will fly through the campaign. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my new and improved Wraithlord? Is there anything I missed? Is there anything I can do to push this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Of course, only if you think I've earned it. And if I haven't earned it, I'm going to work harder for you. Right now, we are 900 subs away from 100,000. Just thank you all so much for the support. Don't forget to check out my brand new website, actionrpg.com. It's got creators like myself, Babbling Bike, Frozen Sentinel, The Curse, or news, build guides, tips and tricks. Awesome place to hang out. The website is launched into its alpha state, so you're going to see it continuously get better month after month. Again, that is actionrpg.com. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.